You need to lower your standards. Now, hear me out. I'm not talking about stop achieving or wanting to be with the best person you can get or go in the gutter and get it. No, I'm talking about lower your standards. Be realistic about today. You look at these women online and there's a lot of 10s online. I mean, they are perfect. I mean, they curate their brand and their content in a way that you're like, wow, perfection does exist. That's the thing. It does not. That's a lie. This fake. You actually meet them in real life and they're not 10s. I'm not saying there aren't any 10s out there. I'm just saying a lot of it is they're posting the best of the best of the best. Anybody can do it that way. And if you manipulate a lot of that information and those images, or sometimes you can even manipulate your body, and get surgeries and do whatever it takes to be a 10, you're going to be a 10. But is it really a 10? Look, when I say lower your standards, I'm saying you might be stopping yourself from a world of opportunities out there because you have fake online standards, these fake profiles, these women that's all they do is they work on giving you an image of a 10. And there's an old quote that goes, show me the most beautiful woman in the world and I'll show you a man that's tired of her. And that is true. I don't know if Hugh Hefner said it. No one knows where that quote came from. But if you really think about it, it's the truth. The most beautiful woman out there has been heartbroken by some man. And a lot of times, not even the best man. So how did this happen? It happens when you set unrealistic expectations of, first of all, you have a rating system, right? And we do, whether we want to or not. Women have it, we have it, where, okay, there's a 10. Whatever a 10 means to you, because my 10 may not be your 10, right? But we have a judging system in our head. And I'm not saying that that's good or bad, but you can't get rid of it. It's just there. And once you have it, then you have a certain standard. That standard has changed with this online community because now you're looking at women that look unrealistically better than they are. And they're telling you, and there's so many of them that you start thinking that, yeah, these women are everywhere and you're just going to pull one of these and be happy for the rest of your life. And that's not going to happen, right? Because even when you do meet these women, like I said, a lot of times that Instagram and TikTok and all of that is not that. And there's probably like a man that knows that is like, yo, I'm not even dealing with her. Yet, you may be missing out on opportunities because you are so caught up on what the ideal woman is that your level is up here of what ideal is, when really in the real world, most of the women are going to be normal women, right? And that's great. I mean, you're missing out on some of the most fun women, most down women, most do whatever for you, go with you anywhere women that you're going to find, because you're thinking that this girl that's wearing those tight tights, you're going to find her somewhere and she's going to give you the time of day. Because even if she gave you the time of day, is it really worth it? Is she really a 10 as a person? Hopefully so. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm generalizing, but if you can find a 10, physically, that's also a 10 mentally and a 10 emotionally with no traumas and no drama, congrats to you. I'm happy for you. But the reality is that is very unlikely. It's very unlikely that person exists. That perfection is just not realistic. So, I remember growing up and even throughout my life, I've been really blessed. I've been really, really blessed to I've attained women that are probably way beyond my league, right? And like beautiful 10s. And I got to say that a big percentage, they're boring. They have nothing else but self-absorption. It's all about them. And you really don't make a connection beyond the physical. And for someone like me, I like to be challenged mentally. I like other things beyond the body. The body is the biological function. I'm talking about, is this person like someone that uplifts me? Someone that really, when you're around them, you feel refreshed, you feel renewed, you feel better, you get motivated. A lot of times they're not. In my experience, it's been that there's been other women that maybe I'm not attracted to at first. There's sevens, whatever you want to judge them. And after I get to know them, slowly there's this attraction that develops. Sometimes something triggers like, wait, hold up. I start looking at them in a different way. Like that 7 goes up to an 8, to a 9. Next thing you know, they're a 10 in my eyes. And if you start becoming realistic about what is the ideal woman for you, you're going to understand that sometimes simplicity is the beauty. A lot of the women that are 10s online, and again, I'm generalizing, but it's very true that they invest a lot of time, energy, and effort to look that way online. So a lot of times they'll go and get surgeries, and they'll get enhancements and do whatever it takes to become that attractive woman. As they do whatever it takes. So you think if they're doing all that and they're taking all these health risks, because when you do these enhancements to your body, you could die. So you think that they're going to risk their lives and they're going to spend time, energy, and pain. There's pain involved in them becoming that. They're going to do all of that for you. You think that they did that for you. That you are the reason why all of this risk and energy investment and money went to. Nah. They're looking for more. Obviously, I would be. So, if you're not that prince from Dubai that's going to take them on a yacht, sailing around the world, buying expensive purses, you might not have a chance. And even if you do, let's say you have a little bit of money, is this where you want to spend your money? You want to compete with other men to get a woman's attention because she's kind of like a trophy? And maybe, hey, it might be for you. Maybe that is what you're looking for. You're not looking for to be satisfied. You're satisfied with your friends going, wow, you got a baddie right there. If that's what you want validation from other people. You want your family to think that you scored. Maybe that is the path. And hey, I can never judge you because we all have different destinies and different paths. So do you. But I'm saying for the majority of us men that are out here living in the real world, in the real physical world, where not everybody's going to be a 10, not everybody's going to be a 2. Sometimes there's somewhere in the middle that you can meet and they're going to meet all your expectations and they're going to make you happy. You're going to be satisfied. You're going to feel good around this person. Maybe that's what most of us men need. Yet we are blinded thinking that there's better. There's no better than what reality is. All that 10 online is really a 5 outside. And sometimes that beautiful shell is empty inside. Meanwhile, you're missing out. I'm telling you, you're missing out on the fun that it's to have a girl that's maybe not a 10 online. Maybe she's not even online. She's not really, rolling like that. But, maybe she's a little chubby. She got a little things. But hey, you're not perfect either. So, get off your high horse. And even if you are perfect, then you don't need anything, right? Because you're going to get the 10 without having to work for it. But I'm talking about that girl, she got some things. Sometimes you learn to love those love handles. You learn to love those things that society thinks are imperfections. And you learn to actually enjoy those things about her. Because there's other things beyond just the physical. There's a connection. If you really believe in spirituality, and it doesn't matter if you do, but there's a spiritual connection that happens sometimes. Sometimes you're attracted to a girl. She's not a 10 and you don't know why you're attracted to her. There's something about her that she's like, I like her. And to everybody else, she's like, oh, no, I'm not with that. But to you, something about her. Follow that. That's your intuition. That's your connection telling you where you need to go. Your body's always guiding you. Your mind is always guiding you. Your intuition has your best interest at heart. It's going to tell you where to go and who to meet and who to talk to, which is another thing. Not everything is a pickup. Not everything is you trying to get with a woman. Talk to every woman in your path. That's one big advice that my uncle told me once. He's like, don't worry about it. Do not judge. Talk to the old lady. Talk to the young lady. Talk to that girl that's bagging groceries. Talk to the lawyer. Talk to every woman in your path. Not out of trying to get with them, just out of just connecting Because when you do this often, eventually you start finding out really quick who are the tens that need to be in your life. And I'm talking about physically. I'm talking about sometimes you meet someone, it's just a connection that's so hard and deep that you're like, man, I'm glad I'm not so judgmental that because some guys are like, oh no, that's not my type or whatever. What is your type? What is your type? That Instagram model? That's your type? And yet physically it's like there's one thing, right? But I think you get to a certain point that you start understanding biology and you learn to separate biology from connection, from intuition, from satisfaction. Because the physical can only satisfy so much of you. If you're satisfied physically and not mentally, you're still going to feel dissatisfied. You're going to feel drained. And if you believe in energy like I do, then you know that there's some women that are going to take your energy and they're going to trample on it. They're going to steal your energy. They're going to leave you feeling like crap. And there's other women that just refresh you, that you feel like, man, every time I'm around her, I feel like $1,000,000. And it's not about looks. I wanted to put that out because I think we gotta stop. We gotta stop. Just like all these girls that get all those likes from 1,000 men in 1 minute. I know they probably feel good because it's like, who wouldn't? But at the same time, you as a man that you that's what you're liking. I mean, you can like it physically, but I'm talking about is that how you're living? In the real world, you coming outside and you see those tens walking everywhere. Nah, you're going to see 99% of women are what you would call normal women. So you're stopping yourself from all the opportunities with all these normal women, fun times, great times, the best times of your lives. You're stopping that because you are being so picky over an ideal woman that doesn't exist. So share this with someone that's stuck there or someone that needs to hear this so they can snap out of it. And make sure that you subscribe. And if you haven't done so, make sure you download the Seduction PRM app from the App Store. It's a seduction app that's going to help you level up. So until next time, peace.